No, it should be. I think it'll be good. Tom Holland is just a good choice for that acting role. You know what I mean? He really pulls together Spider-Man, like no doubt. I think realistically, I'm gonna have like some issues from the one.
I can hear. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Make sure.
We're good.
But I think there'll be some like controversial issues between like Mysterio being. They already kind of ruined it in saying that he is the villain in the story. I think someone said, maybe it's bullshit though. Maybe they're throwing us off. But having him in that hero role to the villain thing is going to be a connect, and then teasing the multiverse. If he's not actually, he's got to be though. I mean, he's.
No, I don't think they're gonna. Just do the same thing they did with the Mandarin and not go that way.
I think they really.
I think they really are gonna set.
I don't know how they're gonna get it, especially because they have Fury in there. That was what threw me off, is because they're like, all right, well, yeah, they have the thing, but really, Mysterio's the villain still, and it's like, all right, well, unless he changes midway through the film, that means, or he's putting illusions of Sam and them talking with Peter, right? So that because that means then he would be tricking Nick Fury and them too. You know what I mean? Which is like a higher level of trickery.
We'll have to see, because we haven't seen too much of really Multane Man or Hydra Man, like talking. I don't think I've ever seen like a full trailer of them like showing the actors of them.
Well, I don't even think they are. I think those ones are supposed. They're supposed to be like a whole elemental story behind it, like.
It's Multi-Man and Hydra Man.
Toys
have already been coming out, and then even Funko, it says right there Hydra Man, and then on the other one it says Multi-Man or Molten Man.
Molten Man, yeah, not Multi-Man.
Yeah, sorry, Molten. Yeah,
another villain.
But yeah, they've been really marketing hardcore about these guys, and
that'll be interesting. Then it'll be a team up, and it'll be interesting because I think I think I saw a spoiler for it where Tom Holland spoiled the plot of the movie.
I heard about that too, but
it was by accident. I was watching some YouTube videos and they had the video of it, and I was just like not paying attention. I look over, he's like, "Oh yeah," and so in the movie, basically this happened. I don't want to tell you because going with fresh mind trust me. And honestly, it seems like a misdirect anyway. Which this whole movie, if they do the Mysterio angle right, should be a misdirect. You know
Thanks for the. I know we like the posters too. They said they love the posters.
That's good. I like the posters. We're gonna get more posters. We'll be switching them eventually.
That's what I said. Maybe we should do like a switch every.
I think it would be cool to like theme. No, I just have them up here now because this is what I got. And
better than looking at a plain brown
wall. Yeah, which was the big point. And there'll be more posters. We even have more now, but I gotta go get the sticky things from the. I was there the other day too. I was like at the store next door and was getting the things. But it's on the list. It's just not high on the list.
I'm excited though for some Spider-Man though, for sure. I get to go see it July 2nd, so
that's dope.
Yeah, July 2nd, Tuesday. I took off work next week, so I was like, might as well go see that then.
Right.
So
then we've got our posts coming back out too. We got our daily comic posts.
So that's good. That's good. Yeah, we're trying to put more content out there.
We are. We'll get to it. The thing is it consistency, and I feel like making sure as long as we get the 2 week down is the most important.
But I mean, what's kind of your expectations, I guess, for Spider-Man? Like, do you
like number wise or like
I guess
I want Mysterio to be Mysterio.
Yeah, okay.
I want Mysterio to be a conniving, tricking the world around you is.
I hope that's a
rig. You know what I mean? And then obviously if they have Hydra Man and Molten Man, put them in as fit.
Kind of side characters.
Right, more as like, because they're not main villains.
Like you said, you watch the trailers, and I have yet to see like who the actors really are. I've just seen
the forms.
Yeah, I've just seen the forms, and that's it. But you don't actually see who the person is behind them.
I would still laugh though if they do it and have them, but they're still just.
I feel like they're just hiding something. Like they're just.
There's something they're keeping under wraps, which I don't know how they're doing with Tom Holland on the movie. But there's something under wraps here that's not, because I feel it. You know what I mean? Like especially with the Homecoming. You know what I mean? Or no, Far From Home. Sorry, the Far From Home stuff. You know, I think that there's more to it. You know what I mean? That, like, yes, he's in Europe or whatever for either a mission or a trip or school or whatever, but there's got to be a bigger plot device there for bringing him to Europe.
Yeah, they. I guess too that this movie really brings Spider-Man to the public, like really good. Because
well, they had that on the thing where they're talking about and then him not.
That's
kind
of cool though, because if you really think about it, you watch all the other Spider-Man films, and he wasn't like the eye of the. They would see him every once in a while, and they'd be like, I don't like that guy. He's a menace.
I don't know. The first one I don't think was that. I think the Amazing Spider-Man films were that way, but remember in the first series, he got the key to the city.
Yeah.
When he disappears, there's people singing songs for him to come back.
That's true.
He's not
I hope then that they kind of, like I said, they pull from that and now kind of make it
I think
more
it would be, and it is supposed to
people Spider-Man.
Well, who is it? They had someone shared a post for it. Oh, it was my sister, and she likes Spider-Man because my nephew, etc. But it was the one post about what Cable says about him, that in the future, it's not Captain America or Iron Man, but Spider-Man who's recognized as the greatest hero of the generation. You know what I mean? Of that time, of the golden age of superheroes, whatever you want to call it. I thought that was always an interesting one in the referencing thing, because he is, and that's why I was so hurt when they tore down all that they'd been building after Secret Empire.
Oh yeah.
Right, it sucked with the. Don't get me wrong. Everybody was crushed by One Last Day or whatever, when he lost his wife and child.
Yeah.
I say lost, but traded is the word. But really, I like the direction they were going after Secret Wars and Secret Empire, where he was building his own company and inventing his own things, and having, and really kind of growing as a character, which is something he really hasn't done in. I mean, he's done a little growing from when his inception was out of the college phase now, where he's really not, he is in college, but he's an adult in college. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like right now is the time to develop his character more. Or that would have been the time where you could have further developed his character and kind of slowly over a couple of years changed his persona. Because the thing is, we've talked about it in several different times. Yes, it's been 60 years, 80 years, and they've reintroduced things. But eventually, they'll have to move away from the central original cast of comic book characters in ways and branch out into new characters for new people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not to say that old characters won't sell, but that's just part of every growing business or thing. And especially with the films coming, we're already branching out into these smaller characters. The Guardians of the Galaxy comics have blown up since those movies. You know what I mean? How many Guardians of the Galaxy comics have you seen since the movies, as opposed to before the movies?
Yeah, there's a lot more now. It really started doing good when they did Infinity, that whole storyline, Infinity.
Yeah.
That's when I've heard a lot of people really start. Actually, no, Annihilation. That's when people started.
That's when people started
really liking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, but I just meant the sheer number of
and that's
titles.
even where I think that the team even first kind of came about. Was around that time.
It is because it's supposed to be.
It's a very good,
No,
I've always wanted to read it because I've heard
you ever
good
read
things
that
about
the Annihilation stuff?
I have not read any
amazing.
of that stuff yet.
It's really cool, and there's a lot going on in it. There's some Galactus stuff, Thanos, etc. But the who I would consider the star of that run is Nova. Nova is the star of that run, if there is a star, whatever.
So yeah, I'll have to read that one still.
It's looking good, but my point more being is that since the movies came, the number of comics.
Yeah. Oh, and then
title.
No, yeah,
the same even could be said for the Inhumans. I think for a while when they were getting the hype on their TV show, you also notice since the TV show died, the hype has died on the Inhumans. Not goodness of the comics, but the number.
They were really trying to push them to be more. But
they were pushing them to be the X-Men.
And they really didn't do very well. No. I read a few things and I wasn't really didn't care for too much of the stuff. The only thing I probably liked was the Death of the Inhumans.
Yeah, Death of the Inhumans.
And then actually, I did like the Royals.
Royals was there. I mean, there were good parts of it, but overall, they basically did exactly what they did to the mutants. Except for in Fast Track, they made them the most popular, kind of powerful in everything kind of people, and then they just said, we're just gonna kill them all. We have too many now.
Yeah, I like though that how they kind of they did
it well. honestly, they did it well for the mutants too. I mean, M-Day and Genosha, the Genosha story arc is amazing. Like, even just for certain things, like the scene where Emma Frost is holding Negasonic Teenage Warhead after the bombing, because she survives the bombing in her diamond form, but Negasonic Teenage Warhead doesn't. So she's like holding her under the rubble. It was a good series. Like, it was really heavy. But.
Yeah, they're starting to pull out the covers for the House of X and Power of X.
I'm not even that excited with all, especially just what they've been doing with them lately, with the whole Age of X-Man thing. Like,
you know who's writing it, right? Oh, you'll be excited as soon as I tell you who's writing it.
Oh, is it Donny Cates?
Nope. Even better.
Oh Lord. I can't even think of
your boy Jonathan Hickman.
Hickman, really?
Hickman
is pretty universally loved.
He is the one that came up with the idea and told Marvel, you need to cancel all your X-Men books that you have out right now. And I think the only one that's going to keep going on is the Old Man Logan, because they already had it set to 12 issues. But
in my opinion, there should be 3 X-Men comics.
Well, right now he's got the House of X, Power of X.
There's tons right now.
There's one more that they're going to come out with.
Right. But I just mean in general. That's for.
Oh yeah, they have Mr. and Mrs. X. They have.
Externals. You have Age of X-Man Apocalypse.
Well, right now,
Age of X-Men.
Yeah, right now. So the ones they have right now are Mr. and Mrs. X. They have Uncanny X-Men. They have X-Force. They have I'm forgetting some more. Oh, and then they have like all these other things they're doing now for that Age of X-Men stuff right now. So
right, because of the Age of X-Men.
They have like 4 or 5 different miniseries going on.
It's ridiculous.
Plus the main event. Well, it's not even really the main event.
There is no main event.
That's what I said. It's not really a main event.
After they Nate into the whatever dimension or the side dimension, like everything has legit been dead.
Yeah, so so really, that's not really a main event. It's kind of just really of what's going on and everything happening. But I mean, other than that, I haven't really been reading it because
I can't get into it for the like. Here's the thing: the lead up to the Age of X-Men was great. The whole stuff
was alright. Still,
I loved it. I loved Nate Gray's that kind of like questioning Messiah.
No, that was cool. And I don't know. The ending was kind of like. I don't know.
I think it was rushed.
Yeah, that's what it was to me. There was one point where I was reading it and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is going way too quick, guys. You need to slow up because and
that's the thing. It was a good idea, but the pacing was bad. They needed probably another 4 or 5 comics to really flesh it. Not like
they're about
issues.
done though. I think this month.
I think they're on their last.
No, this month. Yeah, because
it should be
because July is because
they're already
starting up.
They're already on 4 or 5, and they're only going to be 6 issue runs.
Yeah, they're going to be starting up the Power of X and all that in July.
Because, in my opinion, there's only at any time will you ever need 3 X-Men comics total.
So
X-Men, whatever you want to call it, amazing, astonishing, uncanny, X-Force, and then New Mutants. Because New Mutants.
Oh yeah, that's that one already. They're already coming out with one with what's his name? Bill. He was one of the original guys who was on it.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce his last name. It's got a really hard last name. But him, I think Chris Claremont is going to do with him.
Now that'll be interesting.
He's already doing one right now. He's doing that, the Exit Wounds of Wolverine.
Have you checked that?
I've read it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, as soon as I said, Chris Claremont is writing, I was like,
because they're doing it on his time as in Weapon X.
That's cool. And did you hear about that big old? Oh, you probably haven't, but
the reveal and presents.
Oh, did you hear about that?
I didn't read it, but I heard about it because they ruined it for me on the chat board.
Bro, that thing blew up like crazy.
You know that issue is gonna be hot.
Oh no, it's already like $50 on eBay already.
It's hot.
I'm glad I had one because it was on my pool because I was just reading the Marvel Presents from the beginning. I just threw it on there. I was like, and then I was even.
They're about to one shots.
I was about to end it because
they're really good one shots.
Well, if you read, there's one continuing story from 1 through, but it's and but anyways, I was about to quit it because I was like, I don't really care. And then, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't because I would have not been able to get that issue. No. Because,
that one would be insane.
I don't know if it's just because it's just been really dry lately with like speculation. Because
there really hasn't been a lot of speculation.
There was just the Naomi and Immortal Hulk stuff.
Yeah, because most of the stuff has been locked in now. All the movies are like locked for the next several years. Even the ones we're questioning, like Shang-Chi and people like
Yeah.
that. Well, there are no new shows like in production far enough to boost the rumor scene.
Yeah. And then there's just a ton of things get optioned every day.
Right, that's the thing.
Every time
it doesn't matter if
something,
it gets optioned. It matters if it gets pushed through to production.
Gets a little push on option, but that's about it. You want to, It
needs to go to production, or you're just like you're beating the punch. You might get it, but it's one of those things where
I don't know if it just like I said, if it just been dry this week or this whole month, and now everyone's just kind of putting their and two on top of that, really nobody was buying the Marvel Presents book. So on top of that, that's what makes it even harder to get, because it was a big print. Yeah. So a low print run, and a lot of people really did not. And you know what's funny? Marvel actually did tell stores to, because I heard my comic store told me, they were like, yeah, they told us to heavy order on this book. And I guess I heard a lot of stores just didn't really heavy order on it.
Them, yeah.
And
to be fair, they'd be bullshit.
And now Marvel's putting out a second print of that, and they're doing a 1 out of 25 for the second print. And all it is really is just the ending panel of showing her.
Right.
And that's what's going to be on the cover now.
That's funny. That's really funny.
And people are going to probably say that one's going to be the more valuable one because
it'll have the print.
It has actually first cover appearance of her on that second print.
Right.
So people
as opposed to just first appearance, yeah.
So well, I mean, yeah, it's
a little different.
I was surprised you found out about that. I was like, because I guess it was a big enough thing that it was.
Come on, man! It's Wolverine's daughter. It's not like first appearance of the fucking harpy or something.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, but like people, I don't know. I mean,
like I understand those ones, like for serious collectors, like first appearance of Harpy, but first appearance of the daughter of Wolverine, the real daughter of Wolverine, anywhere is gonna be.
We'll have to see how this plays out, though.
Oh yeah, it might not be true.
They might just be effing with us, and
they might pull a fucking. I really hope they never do that in Marvel again, where they pull the stupid shit they pulled with Damian Wayne in DC, claiming Deathstroke's his father.
Oh yeah, you told me about that one.
Yeah,
I did hear about that.
I hate it when they change the origin and then the full. It's not just the origin; it's the aspects of origin that A makes sense or B are just done for plot. So like they did one with Superman recently. Mm-hmm. Granted, they kind of linked it up with Doomsday Clock to kind of explain it, but it was that there was actually someone who destroyed Krypton. It wasn't just it didn't. Just
what's his name?
Yeah.
That was the first. That when Bendis came on, that was his. Actually, I think that was in Action Comics 1000.
It was his. Yeah, that was the introduction of him. Is right in that one with that. But they retconned it in that his father is still alive. Which they'd already done before Bendis even showed up. They had already retconned his father being alive. But it was just a whole thing. But the thing about it is it didn't change Superman, right? That doesn't change his story or anything about him. It just changes the stuff about where he's from, kind of. There have been other ones similar to that I'm okay with, but I'm not okay with he was your father. Well, now he's your father. Oh, okay, well, maybe the Joker's his father, or maybe Catwoman's his father. Who next? You know what I mean?
Did you finish your Batman Damned yet? They just came out with issue 3.
No, I didn't.
People kept the guys at the comic stores like, "Did you guys finish your Constantine story or a Constantine Dam story?" Because they kept saying it's not really a Batman story; it's really a Constantine story.
Technically, it is. Especially, I mean, even if you consider the fact that that's not Batman.
Yeah.
In that run.
Yeah. So I haven't even picked up 2 yet. I picked up 2, but I haven't read 2.
No, I can't remember. I've read 2 yet.
I'm just gonna wait until because they're gonna come out with a nice hardcover in the holiday season. I would write a nice hardcover. Just read the whole thing.
Last weekend, I went on a fucking movie day with my pops. So we watched 3. We got Child's Play, Godzilla.
Oh, how was Child's Play? I heard critics loved it.
It's good. It's a good
I'm not
movie.
expecting it to be like, oh my gosh, that's the best thing ever. But I want it to be like, oh, you know what? That was actually pretty good. That was refreshing.
There are things that get to me on it. Nothing really big. There are just little pieces here and there where I'm just like, But overall, I like it. I like how they treated it. The character design is a little...
I don't like the way he looks.
To be fair, it really does help later a little bit with the creepiness factor, the way his face...
Yeah, goes. See, sometimes, you kind of have to watch the movie
and then
because
later,
you can never, really watch a trailer and watch 3 seconds and be like, I hate that. That's
no,
bad.
never. You can never
But then when you go see the movie, you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
And what I will say is, the thing that bothered me more than anything, the biggest thing, because I mean, the thing is critically, like, looking at it for plot points, stuff like that, that's a very good movie. Critically, it's a pretty good movie. Personally, for me, it was 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5.
Better than
No, it was fine. It was good. And maybe even up to an 8 if I was in the mood. And like I said, the one thing that really detracts from me, and it sucks because I love Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. You didn't like him?
It wasn't that good.
Maybe
I don't think it ruins.
Maybe they should just.
I don't think it doesn't ruin the story. Me telling you this.
No.
But the voice stays kiddish and robotic. Not like super robotic, like Robo.
I guess that kind of understandable though.
Like,
because
I
he's not
understand
like a serial killer now.
Right, but
man.
he is. Like, I don't want him to have a deep voice, but it doesn't, like...
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I see where they were trying to go. They were trying to go, like...
And, like, sometimes...
It's a really
right, and sometimes it works, right? Sometimes it's really good, like, from the creepiness, like, of the shadows kind of thing. Like, come out and play kind of shit. But, like, when he's barreling down on you to murder you, you know what I mean? That's not the time for that.
You know, sometimes...
And some parts of it was really good for it. Like, it was funny or, like...
But I always watch the old ones.
I just wish that for parts of it, like when he went dark, that he drew more of that Joker, like, crazy ass voice.
We'll have to see then.
You'll see, and it's not bad.
No.
It's not bad. That's just my one thing that I would change to maybe make it like the exact movie like I wanted, because there's some really good stuff in it too. As far as a lot of different shit.
Is it kind of like is it a pop scare kind of movie, or is it more of just like kind of just show you, oh, that's kind of effed up kind of movie?
A little bit of both, actually.
Okay, cool.
It really actually the tone, in many ways, with a little exceptions here and there, very much like an older Chucky movie.
Oh, okay.
With the exception that the doll is not a possessed thing, but a toy, and then. There's some really good stuff to it. Like they do a lot of the cool stuff that I like from horror films that they're good at. That I don't really want to like reveal too much. Mm-hmm. But overall, did we get another one? Yeah. Oh no, Chris
join in.
Overall, like it's a really good movie. Like not like a really good movie, but it's a really good watch. Like you just watch it, like kind of lose yourself in it without questioning stuff too much because there's not all that much going on.
Okay.
The start's really good. The music was pretty good, I think. Like overall, it's got a good rating. Like
check it out, or I am gonna check it out, but
right.
I'll have to see what I think of it.
It's roughly 3.5, 4 stars. You know what I mean? So 7.5.
What else did you go see then?
Then we went because the reason we went was because the day before my pops was trying to go watch Godzilla and they canceled the 8 o'clock on it, but they didn't take it off the thing. I don't know.
They just
canceled it. He came up. He's like, I was looking online and said it was 8 o'clock.
That's weird.
And so they did it again when we went. And so we were gonna watch Dark Phoenix Godzilla. So what we did was we did Child's Play, then Dark Phoenix, then Godzilla. So then we went Dark Phoenix, which a decent movie, not a good X-Men movie in my opinion.
No, I liked it. I just, I've never read the actual. I want to read the actual original,
but that's not even why it's not a good.
Yeah, every time I walk into the comic store, they're like everyone was just bad mouthing it so badly.
It's not bad. It's really they're bad choices, right? You've seen it, yeah?
Yeah, no, I went to see it.
The whole thing with the Dabari. That was retarded.
Oh, yeah.
That
that's what I didn't like about it. They didn't really need to.
That is honestly no. But then totally unnecessary.
I guess they just kind of. It felt to me they kind of just really didn't know what to do at the end of this movie.
They could have just
because they were just gonna be like, well, damn, she's so powerful.
The Shi'ar are from the original run, and the Dabari are too. But the Dabari are the people she destroys while she's the Phoenix.
I don't know. Who knows why they went that route?
No, I don't know. It was a bad route to take though, for sure. One, I thought it was Emma Frost in the commercials.
I thought that was her too.
As soon as I seen it, it would have been way better if it was Emma Frost trying to use the Phoenix with the Hellfire Club, like was the original story. That's the original story. Is the Hellfire Club fucks with Jean Grey's mind when she comes back, and the Phoenix comes out basically. But That was one. Another scene that really bothered me, even though I know it's a super nerdy, nobody else gives a fuck kind of thing, is when Cyclops bounced his eye laser.
Who did he bounce his eye laser?
Remember, he bounces it off of the fucking bus or whatever to hit the psychic or something or somebody.
That.
It wouldn't bother anybody who doesn't know that those aren't lasers.
Yeah,
They're
not
concussive force beams.
Yeah,
and so they shouldn't refract or reflect.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how they work. They're force, pure energy force, just shooting straight. Or kinetic energy. Sorry, pure kinetic energy, which is just movement. It's like sound. That's funny to think those are actually sound waves coming out of his eyeballs. Listen to me. And then Godzilla, which was pretty good.
You went to see that though?
Yeah.
That
Did you get a chance? I enjoyed it. There was still a little too much human drama.
Oh, I
but
don't
it was
care
decent.
about that human drama.
I don't care except for when it was in the way.
It really didn't bother me. The only part that probably bothered me was the mom, and that was it. And honestly, other than that, movie was fine. And drama was perfect. I thought, except her. Yeah. I understand why they did that route again.
Like, I get it, but it was a bad route. And then they have her acting like, how would I know this would go wrong? And I'm making this heroic sacrifice. No, not really. This is all your fault.
Yeah.
I blame you. But
that's why I was like, yeah, I guess that's just what they want to say.
Like, they just wanted to have that human shit drama in there.
So I was like, whatever, then I don't care.
No, it wasn't so bad like the other one. You know what I mean? Where it was all about, my son Andrew. I mean, this one, like I said, it was just too much. It should relatively be, for a Godzilla or any monster movie, 75% monster, 25% everything else. I guess you could do 65% monster, 10% scenery, 25% everything else. But you don't need that much setup, and even if you do, there's no reason you can't have the people and the monsters in the same scene, except for budget constrictions.
Yeah, and then too, they were trying to build upon their universe, their monster universe.
Right, which I think was the other problem for me with it, was they went too big too fast. Like, you've seen 17 monsters and Gojira, all that's left is Kong, then what?
Yeah, which is fine. It was fine.
Which is fine, but
it seemed like they were just making their own design. So hopefully, when they come out, the more that they'll have I really seen this as just a setup to be like, okay, Godzilla is. Don't mess with him. He's gonna F you up because look at him. He just messed up all these guys, and then now he's got to go. Now they're building up to this giant King Kong movie. Like, okay, who's really gonna win now?
Right?
Is it this big giant monkey now, or is it just Godzilla who just took down all these monsters?
Even with Godzilla and King Kong at the same size, I just don't know how
that's gonna happen. I'm curious.
It's just the laser. The laser is the only thing.
Yeah,
and obviously, you can plot right your way around it, right? He can close his mouth, or he can dodge it. You know, maybe he's faster and nimbler.
He's a little. I would assume that he'd be a little faster.
I would hope so.
Quicker.
But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna.
I mean, every time like this one I watched, some of the scenes that they did with Godzilla, because you just think you're like, all he can do is just blast people with this breath, and then just tackle people and then throw them and everything. But they did a good job of I can't remember some of the
whips and
stuff.
Yeah,
they did a good job of incorporating new things. They can do more than just blow.
Right? He's smarter than just that. He does other things when he's in there to do stuff. I will say how
they will do the fight.
I'm curious for the fight there. I want to know what they'll do after, if they just plan that's their 3 and done. But when you make a universe, you assume that you're going beyond 3. Otherwise, it's a trilogy. And especially when you're making the different ones, because actually they're not at 3 and done. They got Godzilla, King Kong, and now got another Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're actually already
so far.
Yeah, so that'll be 4 by the end, which isn't bad. But like I said, then as a universe, they'll have to go to either bigger monsters, different monsters.
Create their own.
Create their own is what I'm assuming.
Rim.
Pretty much, yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they
I wouldn't like it. They'd have to do something else. You know what I mean? Like another. They'd have to do something else.
Yeah.
Where it's not
they did do Mecha Godzilla, because I heard they got rights to pretty much all.
Oh, I'm sure that after
they can do.
I'm sure they got as much as they could after, especially after this one, because it probably did much better.
Oh yeah, no, they did really good. They said
that's good, because this one deserved to. It was much better. My other note
was
the
first one did good, even though it was
but that was because it was the same reason Batman vs Superman did good because it rode off of its name and then didn't deliver on the package.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like getting a Amazon package, but really it's from the fucking crack store. That's
so I'm glad that you liked it then.
No, it was good. I really enjoyed it actually, especially as far as watchability. Like there were really amazing fight scenes.
I just love you.
That was a my big note was movie. I wanted more Godzilla versus other things, which you saw certain stuff, right? You would see this and that. Like you saw Rodan, you saw Rodan versus Mothra, and you saw Gojira and Gojira versus Godzilla, or not
King
Ghidorah. Yeah, I always put that up. And a bunch of shit, you know what I mean? You saw some good stuff. But like I said, I wanted to see more Godzilla versus other monsters, which was cool. You got the 3 or 4 fights. It was a good amount. I just was looking for more variety in the fights. Although I did like the Mothra and Rodan fight. That was a cool one. They like all the fights.
Right?
No.
Michael
Daughtry.
You know who that directed Trick or Treat. That's why I was very happy that he was going to do this. This is like his first like big budget film.
That's cool. I think he did a good job.
And he's the one that did Krampus too.
I haven't seen Krampus. I don't think.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, no, that came out in December, so I was like,
I knew it came out.
A horror film for Christmas. I love that. I love when they do things like that.
I think I've seen another bad Krampus film before, so I was like,
it wasn't too bad. It ended off like, oh, that's kind of
like I said, the one I saw was like a B movie, so it was not.
Yeah, this one was pretty good. You would like it. I think you should check it out.
I'm sure.
If you like Trick or Treat,
and then the new season of Legion came out.
I've seen that.
I have not caught up. I'm almost finished with season.
Yeah, I know. That's I can't.
It actually, it's just so fucking crazy, that second season, dude. It's so off the walls weird. And the plot doesn't move forward at the right pace or with like the right intention. Like there's some cool stuff. Like it keeps you in if you go farther, like some episodes.
I think I'm like only got 4 episodes left.
Yeah, I'm probably only about the same. I think I got 3. So that means you've already gotten to the part with his sister then.
See, you
gotta remember. That's the problem. That's why I rewatched this, because I need to remember for the new season. My thing is, the new season is supposed to bring in Professor X, so I have no clue what that's gonna do.
I guess.
Why not?
I guess, yeah.
Connect him to the larger universe. They had done an interview. The dude who plays him in James McAvoy or McAvoy, whatever.
But this is the last season, though, right? Because they can't do another one unless Disney tells them or says they can.
Yeah, they're not on Netflix, so they're not limited by the contracting. They could do as many as Disney.
Yeah, but doesn't Disney? They own Legion now.
I think they had. They've had rights to it since 2, I think.
Ooh, Disney?
Yeah, Legion at least.
I thought it all went through when they did the. Oh wait, no. Yeah, because Fox is owned by. Yeah, they're on Fox.
Yeah.
I forget what this.
FX.
Yeah, FX. There we go. And I think that's owned by Fox. 20th Century Fox owns FX. So when they bought the rights from Fox, then they should have bought those rights with them too. So I was just curious. I was like, are they going to go with another season now, or I mean, it's kind of up to them. If Disney's now, if they can do another one.
That's true. Well, they had to approve this one because it would have.
I think it was on the cups of like
maybe
it was before the deal, so they let them do it. Same thing with like New Mutants. I think they're gonna still let them do it, but we'll see because that one. I don't know what about that one. They haven't even done the reshoots yet, I heard.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go for the... The thing is, it looked really good.
Oh, yeah, no, it was a good idea.
It looked really good.
I like the idea of a horror X-Men movie.
Yes, especially they picked the right team. New Mutants is the perfect team for it. All the characters are kind of like, man.
Magic is very kind of like...
Yeah, well,
the demon.
It's not
all these different...
It's night...
Even like the werewolf, is her name Wolfsbane? No, I think it's something else.
Wolfsbane.
Yeah, she's like, if you think about that, that's like kind of creepy. You kind of have a werewolf character in your movie.
That's true. I mean, all of them. I mean, even with the exception of Cannonball.
I think they did Warlock.
Warlock and Cypher are supposed to be part of it, I think. Really?
So yeah, like I said, I'm curious if they will do another season. Or if this is the season to kind of, they're going to wrap it up and end their story.
Yeah, I think it would be a good ending. Especially, I didn't think it would get a 3rd season.
I'm surprised.
They rode the hype on its first season. That, or the people who watch it, really
Maybe
like
just
that
liked
drug
it.
trip stuff. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
they did.
'Cause it might have just took it up to the next level for him. You know. I'm trying to remember the original one I'm thinking of. I think it's Karma. Nope, that's the other one.
Well,
Maybe it was Karma. I don't know.
can't wait then to go see that movie.
It'll be fun.
Child's Play.
We're getting on to about 40.
Yeah,
Did you have to head out here soon?
Yeah, here soon. But if there are any
Um,
last minute things you wanted to pull up real
See
quick.
what comics was I reading? I was catching up on.
So I catch up on. I finally beat War of the Realms.
Nice.
Did you read it?
No, I haven't finished. I heard it,
The last
Thor
one.
got his hammer back though. So I'm ready.
Ah, damn, bro! You gotta stay out them farms.
I can't help it, man. I'm a
Don't go
moderator.
in them
I'm a
farms.
moderator. I don't have a choice. I have to. It's my job.
No.
Fuck, man. They fuck me.
No.
Like all of them get ruined like that. Like I gotta
wasn't
see
ex-
it
I
in
was not
comic
ex-
form, but
I wasn't expecting that for them to do.
no, I was surprised. But I like how they did
You
it.
on? You're on 5? Or did you?
3.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like 2 behind.
damn. Okay, so yeah, 5. I have to reread it again because I have so much things I
My
read.
problem is there's so much shit on the side. Like even the non.
I got all my
so-
shit piled up and I got to read all that side
Yeah.
shit.
Like I
Some
gotta-
of it really don't need to.
No,
Just-
you don't have to.
but I do
I like
anyways.
reading the events because then like there's always little details about the event that's going on where you're like, oh yeah, Deadpool was doing this dumb shit while Secret Wars was
We think
happening.
about Absolute Carnage coming out.
I think I'm excited.
They're going
There's
really
lots of good
head to the balls with that.
Head to the balls.
They have.
Damn.
I'm really excited for the Deadpool one that they're gonna come out with.
That one's
because
gonna be cool.
that one they're talking about because he's had 5 different symbiotes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how that's all gonna play out. So I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I'm really excited just for the main event, and then which I think starts up in August. And yeah, it just looks really good. It's gonna be good.
I think that's gonna be good. I want to see the new X stuff, and then I can't remember what's releasing in DC soon.
Oh, Joe Hill is starting up his own imprint.
Yeah,
with,
that's the one I was
That
hearing
one
about,
actually looks pretty good. I would want to read that
That's the one I was seeing
because they
people
ended
posted.
Vertigo.
Yeah, well, they talked about it. They ended the line, not
No,
the
they ended the line,
character
but-
franchise.
Yeah, they'll probably
They-
take. They said they'll take a few from.
Yeah,
that
they
line
said
and
they're
throw
taking
it in
the
there,
popular ones. Yeah.
but the other one just.
Yep.
So
Well,
we'll see which
it's about
ones
money though.
those ones will be.
True.
But yeah, they said they were canceling that imprint or replacing it with DC Black Label and this other one called DC Zoom Kids, which is going to be for like the littler ones.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I think the Zoom Kids ones will hopefully.
But
hit
those
well.
are going to be their 3 imprints. I think they wanted to just be all under one name, like DC Zoom. DC.
No, it makes sense because then they're branding. I'm surprised they didn't do it before. Honestly, if it were me, as soon as we bought the company, it would have been axed and brought under the name. Just because it's an issue of yes, like using that brand name will keep those brand readers, but it alienates from your brand and doesn't bring that cohesive feeling of we're all under the same banner. Even if it was DC Vertigo with literally on the thing, you know what I mean? Then it would have been different, but it wasn't. It was Vertigo Comics, you know what I mean? So anyone who wasn't in the comic industry wouldn't even be able to tell you Vertigo and DC were the same. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't happen. Much in the way like no one who would know comics wouldn't be able to tell you that Timely was the original Marvel publisher, or you know. But no, I think that was pretty good. If there's anything else to talk about, Spider-Man we talked about the movies and the comics.
a
And,
little bit.
One Punch Man season 2 came out or is coming out.
It's just that I know you're happy to see that one.
It's
I'm
a
happy
really
the
good
fairy
season.
tale's gonna finally end.
It's
My
already
friend,
done already.
they got like 5 more episodes since then. I think it's over.
The
my
comic's been over for a minute.
Well, no, my friend's still reading it. Oh no, he finished it.
No,
Sorry, he
it has
finished it.
another comic
No, he
now.
finished it.
They're doing
He said
another
it's a
one called.
side, yeah.
No, it's a side story
said
that's
he doesn't-
after.
yeah,
the
he
fact. It
said
has
he
nothing to
doesn't-
do with the
yeah.
original run.
He says he doesn't read it. He says
No,
it's
because
not
it doesn't matter. It's the same reason I don't really read Boruto. Like, it's a cool story. It's a continuation, but it
You would
actually has
like-
nothing to do
Yeah,
with
you
the
would like
story
my
that I
friend.
was.
He reads more manga than I do.
I've
He
been-
reads even the
I actually-
Korean stuff.
Oh, I read all the Korean stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know
if
all
he
the
reads them
best
all.
stuff. All
But
the
he-
best stuff is Korean right now.
Yeah, he goes in there and he'll read
Hands
it.
fucking down. We have not even My Hero Academy and ones like that have anything on the Korean manga. for one, they're done in full color pages.
Mm-hmm.
But two, the stories are far more original. They're done way better as far as not following tropes because they don't care about American and Western tropes to insert them. They're all east. They're like a mix of Eastern and like Northern European tropes. But for example, like if I had to pick like 5 really good ones off the top of my head, you have God of High School, Tower of God.
I think he's going to reign Tower of God.
Battle Through the Heavens, 1 and 2. I mean, basically every time I pick up, and a lot of them, they have their own trope though. They have one trope, which is it's like a leveling system kind of thing, and it's different for all of them, but it's the same, and it basically is like, all right, there's the power rating, and the power rating is like 10 levels, and then in those 10 levels, you have like 10 levels to build through to get to like Chakra 1, and then Chakra 2, and they'll have different names for it and different styles and things. But a lot of them, not all of them, will follow that same.
Okay.
And then there's other ones that are like just underground, not Korean comics. So, for example, one of my favorite comics to come out recently that I will probably never make it to anime, which I say about a bunch of ones that have now made it to anime. I never thought Golden Kamuy would make it to anime, and that one did. So, but that was a good series. Fire Punch. Fire Punch is amazing. It is an amazing story. Like, you might not like it because it has reductionist art, so it's mostly line drawing. Not like stick figures, but like no real background shading or anything. It's like the outline form, a little bit of shading, and then you're in like a snow world, so most of it's white. Just all white. And the basic premise of the story is that the world is under the control of an evil snow witch, and everybody isn't always, but can be born with certain powers, and certain powers can like make you do electricity or shoot fire or regenerate your limbs and shit like that. And so it's just like the basic story is they're stuck in this winter world where it is always winter because of this one weather witch's power or whatever. And so like everyone is constantly freezing and starving to death all the time. It's like just an interesting plot start, and then it gets even better as it goes. Like it's very good pacing, shit like that. But that one, I think that one pretty much sums it up. If we got anything else
that's about how much I got on my mind right now.
So I was trying to think of some of the better Korean manga off the top of my head, but some of them are shoujo. Noblesse is good, but that one's pretty common. Let's see. Solo Leveling is one that I just wanted to start picking up. I haven't even started reading it, but it looks amazing. And the Legendary Moonlight Sculptor isn't bad at all. I think those are the pretty like popular ones. Like there's other ones, but they fall into a lot of shoujo stuff for whatever reason. But yeah, that was a good episode. We'll be back either next week or the week after.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed, whoever was watching. We'll catch you next time.
Have a good one.